Hello everybody. About 2 years ago, maybe a bit longer, I bought what's called a needlefish, a Renko Drcetus. Fish from Lebanon, very thin, it's only this thick, but it's this freaking long. It's 28 inches, it's the largest one I've ever seen. What I did last year, actually 2 winters ago, I actually put all the pieces together, all the gluing, shaping the rock, flattening the rock, grinding the rock, you name it, I did it. This is one of 2 videos. This first video is me just getting everything together to get ready for prep. And the second video is me actually prepping the fish, or actually 2 fish. You will see. But this video, I go through the whole rigmarole from all the pieces, getting it all put together and whatnot, and into place, and then gluing, and then clamping, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoy this, but the real video will be the next video. I'm actually prepping this gigantic, freaking, very thin fish. Anyways, enjoy. It's heavy. All these pieces, well, I'm still not sure about these. I've got 3 boxes of pieces of fish out near the garage. I think this is all one fish, which is Rhino. Here it is, Rhino Drcetus. You can see the bill of the fish right here. You can, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see that bump. There's the snout, or the bill, whatever it's called, and you can see the backbone of this. Now, he says looks like a nice dark fish. He said it was a dark fish. It means dark colored bone. So I'm going to try to put this together. Maybe you can see this extra rock here. Take that off, just so it's all flat instead of this great big monster bump there. And then try to lay all the pieces in order and see how I'm going to glue this up. This is going to be a lot of gluing, and then once it's all glued together, I'll put it on a backer board, which will make it nice and solid, and I'll prep it. Maybe I may prep pieces before I glue it together. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out when I get there. Anyways, I'm going to put this puzzle together and see what it kind of looks like. Start putting this thing together. I'm going to take this off before I even do that. So this is the Super Jack from Paleo Tools. If I can figure out how to put a usable link in the description box, I will, for that place, because you can't go wrong with these tools. You just can't. It's got the chisel tip, which is my favoriteest tip of all time. So I should be able to get this off of there, hopefully fairly easy. Alright, that was a bit more work than I had anticipated, but look, a few minutes, boom, flat. Alright, back to the other table. That's it, basically. These last 2 pieces, they go in there somehow, but there's nothing they fit against. So but B goes with B. 3 zeros somehow go with 3 zeros. But I can just have to build that. Anyways, you can see the drawing of this Dracetus. It's a huge fish. This one is top piece, so at least I have extra rock to do whatever the heck I want with. There's actually a little piece of snout here. So I may have to cut that out, glue that in. Sorry about that noise, but I brought these two pieces over because they're so uneven. And I can see he glued stuff together here. So I gotta be careful, hope that doesn't fall apart. But I need to take all this off, and then this piece, I need to take this down. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, not perfect, but a heck of a lot flatter than it was. Took all this piece off, so it's a lot flatter than it was. It's not perfect. But after I glue some of these together, I may take that grinder, I'll show you if I do, and just smooth all the stuff out once I glue pieces together so I can do it together. Hopefully it doesn't break, because that's that machine vibrates like a woo. Okay, I've got a bunch of clamps sitting over there. I've decided that I'm going to try to glue those together in two different glue ups as a group. Glue these together, and then and hopefully put everything together. But this has a really nice fit, even though there's some little pieces missing. But I can fix that later. Don't like to fix it, but this kind of stuff you have to. But this is just a gigantic Dracetus. I mean, freaking gigantic, and he's got a little buddy sitting over here underneath him, or on top of him. Either way, hopefully it's in good condition. When you buy unprepped stuff, it's almost always a gamble. So cross your fingers. All that good stuff. Anyways, I'm going to start gluing up. When I glue things up, before I glue them up, I always dry fit. Make sure it's a good fit. The better the fit, the better the whole project will go, especially when you have a lot of pieces. When you have a lot of pieces, if one piece or two pieces put together doesn't fit well, everything else is off. So, I try to dry fit this one, and it's just, there's something in the way. See the size of that crack there? The question is, what's in the way? That's in the way. So what I do is put it together, give it a couple little twists here that way, and then take an air scribe, is there glue on this? There's glue on this. There's glue on this. They glued it together and it broke again. Geez, no wonder it doesn't fit. And then dry fit it again. Yeah, that's already better. There's still something in the way though. So anyways, I just keep doing this, move it around. You move it around, it'll make marks. You can take down those marks and then dry fit it and hope it'll fit. Once it fits, glue it together. There you have it. What a mess. Two pieces there being glued together, two pieces there being glued together, and two pieces over there being glued together. That's got to sit for at least 24 hours. Then I can mess with it some more. Well, hello everybody. I woke up last night and thought it was a mistake to glue these two pieces together. And so this morning when I tried to dry fit that into there, it just would not go. So, very nervously, after about 5 minutes of staring at this thing, wondering what the heck I was going to do, I went ahead and broke this again. So, this fits right here, and it fits actually quite nicely. That's what I should have done. So, now I should have known better, but I didn't. Anyways, I'm going to glue this piece onto here, and then tomorrow I'll glue this piece onto here, but I might have to clean up some glue and stuff. But whatever it takes, I'll do it. Got these all glued up. Again, this is the snout piece, which goes right there. Got to cut that little piece out and glue it. This piece goes here somewhere, but for the life of me, I don't know how. I don't know where. This piece came off of here, so I'm going to use that maybe to rebuild this part. I don't know. And right now, this one has to go on. We'll pretty much have this thing, except for rebuilding and cutting and whatnot. This is almost glued together. So, I probably should have had some shims ready. That's pretty good. Why I didn't have shims ready, I don't know. But I do have a great big clamp ready. So, did this like so. Man, it's almost not. Jesus, why are rocks so freaking heavy? Okay, let's get this back into place. Move these shims over. That's pretty good. I like that. I'm going to put some... Okay. Now I'm going to let that set for probably 2 or 3 days. Okay, hello everybody. I figured out where this piece goes. Right here. I had to go look at the picture of when it was laying there over in Lebanon. And this piece was sitting right there. So, it's certainly not a good fit at all. But at least it's the same color, and then I'll have to fix all this stuff. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to fix this super bad chisel mark. Not sure why that's there. I don't know what they were trying to do there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this glue, put some there. Put some more there, and then just to hold it in place, a little bit there. Check for too many shims underneath there, I can see that. Okay, that side is looking good. Now if I, yeah, come on, Ronald. Still too many shims. Now it's not going to be enough. That's funny. Yeah, now it's not enough. Just terrific. I'm going to take one of these shims, take off some paper. These are just sheetrock shims. I used to do a lot of sheetrocking. Don't miss those days at all. A little bit more paper. Jeepers creepers, I just can't seem to do this. Now I'm back to this, the whole shim. That looks pretty good. Geez, that looks pretty good. So, and then try to build up a little bridge right here. Basically, when that accelerator is dry, that's cured enough that it should hold, and it's pretty sturdy. So that's going to sit there and wait. Before I fix all these and all the cracks and stuff, I'm going to turn this thing over once it's all cured and hope I don't break it. This rock here is thicker than all the rest of the rocks, so once I take that down, oh geez, by at least over half an inch, 5/8 of an inch at least, that'll bring this whole rock down, which just seems to be curling up. I don't know if that's, boy, they're all good fish, but why is that curling up? Of course, I've seen that before in other fish. Anyways, that's it for this fish for today. Alrighty then. I just went through this entire box. A lot of pieces and stuff in there of rock from Lebanon. And oh geez, through this entire box. And here's what I come up with. The rocks, they're all different colors, so I tried to get the same color, and some of them have textures on them. So some of them most of them just wouldn't work. So what I've done is I picked out this piece for, filling this. I picked out this piece, cut a wedge, and put it in this little spot here. This piece I'm going to cut to fit this spot here. There's going to be some tricky cutting on that one. And this one for this spot here. Some more tricky cutting. And that'll take care of most of the big monster gaping Grand Canyons this thing has. It's going to be quite a few more, but the thing is, as soon as you get rid of the large ones, the little ones start sticking out more. So anyways, that's going to be quite the project just to get those 4 pieces to fit in there. So I got to get my you-know-what to work. Brought my sander right over here so I don't have to keep getting up every single time I want to make a little adjustment on my little tiny piece of rock. And then I missed I dashed over there, made a cut, brought it over here, and oh my god, wrong side. Anyways, it's not perfect, but that's going to fit right there. I cut this off, which otherwise I would have, yeah, it happens, jeez. Anyways, on to the next piece. Okay, as I was trying to get this piece just sitting there, I still got to be glued and positioned. All this stuff here was loose, every bit of it. And I tried to keep the glue right where the fish is at on the rock, but it just wicked. So, if I can fix it or not, I don't know. Either way though, but the important thing is I've saved all these pieces that were just starting to crumble. Almost having a panic attack. Anyways, I got my big tool over here because I got an airline that goes anywhere in the hose in the garage. What I'm going to do just make that whole edge a little bit straighter, so when I cut this thing I don't have to work that roundy spot. It's still got to straighten out a little bit, but that's going to be a little easier anyways. I'm going to take this rock down a little bit more too. First cut. Did not I say that it is always something? I was working on this piece right here, and it broke. So now I gotta glue that together, wait 24 hours before I can attack that again. So I'm just gonna glue this together and then square up this a little bit, round it up, whatever, and then try to fit a piece under there. Oh, it's always something. Alrighty then. Besides this piece, which I can't work till tomorrow, I've still got to glue and position that piece. This, where this chisel mark was, now this is going to look very odd, but it's going to look a lot better once it's puttied in than that stupid chisel mark. So I simply put it into place. And there it is. It's not a perfect match, but God, it's better than that stupid chisel mark. And that was a giant chisel. That was as big as my thumb. Okay, well, that's it here for this fish today, I think. Oh, I can cut this. I gotta cut this out and glue this guy on. Okay, I got more to do. Back to work! And here is the tip of this snout. Well, it actually goes underneath the rock here a little ways further, it looks like. But that's a big chunk of it that came off right there. So what I'm going to do is take some glue and just glue this whole piece of rock. Then put it into place like so. Put some weight on it. Just don't have much weight. There's some, oh, excuse me while I grab some weights. Peeps. Some more weight. didn't move. Well, that. Now I'm not going to touch that for, well, I don't know when. I'll attack that when I start attacking the fish, but I got a long ways to go before I attack the fish. And you will see what I have to do. Okay, I got lazy for a couple days and didn't do much. So now, I got this shape today, this morning. It's going to be a tough one because it wants to sink into this hole. So I'm going to have to somehow hold it in place. Let's see, there'll be lots to clean up on this baby. Now then, I got this ready just in case I got to hold it. And as I can see, that drops. I do not want that dropping. Oh, right there. Oh, right there. Oh, oh. There, that should stay in place. It looks like an absolute mess, but when I fix all that, it shouldn't look too bad. Plus, your eyeball's going to be looking at the fish. My biggest concern as I'm getting ready to prep is I hope this fish is in good shape. A lot of work to find out the fish is missing the last half of its tail or that kind of stuff. So, anyways, most of those repairs are done. So, I think I'm going to turn this over and hopefully take some of that off. So, let me clean up around here, get resituated, and show you what I'm going to do. Okay, that took a while. When I got that turned over, you can see how absolutely uneven this is. So I'm going to start by taking this piece of rock down, then this piece. Oh, that piece is going to be tough. Might have to grind that, I don't know. Anyways, I got a line drawn here. Hopefully that should work. See if that worked out alright or not. Nice little fish, or was a nice little fish. Anyways, that's not too bad, but that took off all of that rock. Saves on weight and gives me something else to work with. So far so good. There, so a little bit of grinding here to bring that down, and I don't know if I might be able to take that off, but the flatter this will be, and then you glue it onto a backer board, the less glue you're going to need, the less filler stuff you're going to need on the edges, and the lighter the whole entire piece is going to be, which is all a plus. So I'm going to work on this and see how this works. This is going to take a while. Then I'll probably call it quits for the day, but that's working out pretty good. I'm liking that. Okay, that took a while. Had to really work at this spot right here, but you can see that all this stuff here you can see how it broke where I had to work at it with the chisel tracks. all of that, plus all those little pieces you see back there, came off of that rock. So, slowly but surely. Whew, that's a lot of work for not even getting to the prep yet. But hey, folks, I ground this down. We brought it in here, and when you set it down, I put a board on top of it, boom, and it broke right here. So it's gonna have to be re-glued. Anyways, man, that dust is just sticking to that rock. Okay, that dust is going. That dust will lose. I'd like to have done this outside, but it's freezing cold outside and the wind makes it absolutely brutal. Holy cow. Everything all at once. You can, well, you can't see it, but here it is. There's where it broke. So I'm going to clean up the edge. I'm going to glue this, put it together, clamp it using this big clamp. And I've already crammed this there about my big fat head. Got this board already cut for it. My son just cut it for me. That's going to get glued onto there. Uh-oh. Oh. And then I won't have to worry about it breaking anymore. Well, or at least I won't have to worry as much. So I'm going to glue that. I'm going to show you that because that's just boring. Ta-da! Okay, today I got this fish, the Renco or Rhino Dercetus. It's a needlefish. And I'm going to fill these cracks. Uh-oh, that's not good. Got some silicone there. That's not good at all. I would have seen that before I mixed my concrete powder. Oh, these are heavy. So I'm going to do this side first. I took some concrete powder, or concrete patch, it comes in a powder form. Mixed it with water. If you can see that or not, you can mix it thin, thick. This is kind of thick for that stuff. And I'm simply going to just fill these cracks using a fair bit of pressure. Get that stuff inside those cracks. And then I've got 2 more of these to do. So I've got my crack filling duty. That's a big one. That's a big one. So, since you don't want to sit here and watch me do this for 2 hours or whatever, I will see you later. Woo! Holy smokes, that's a dirty job. You can now see I've still got some more filling to do, but that's going to be pretty minor. Alrighty then. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. That showed most of everything I go through to put something together like that. I think it was 14 pieces. Might have been more, but that is the rigmarole I go through when I put a fish together to get ready for prep. Some are harder than others, some are easier than others. The next video, which should come out in a week or two, is the actual prep of this gigantic needlefish. So grab your popcorn when that one comes out, because I'm going to hopefully keep that underneath an hour. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Anyways, till then.